morning to all of you. This is session is about the smart board. You want the CD? Hello? Okay. CD, okay, inshallah, I will try to send a copy of CD. Okay? Okay. Shall I start? Okay. The smart board, first of all, try to understand what technology on which the smart board works. Smart board is not a touch screen. Smart board works on pressure. Okay. I can use anything like a tennis ball or any smooth surface to write on the smart board. Okay. The first thing is how we are going to connect our system with the smart board. Okay. There is a smart board on the left hand side of this bar and there is a CPU on the right hand side. We need to connect two cables. One is VGA cable, another is USB cable. The VGA cable is going to give you the display from the projector, and the USB cable is going to enable the software for smart board. If you have a problem with the display, that means the VGA cable is not working properly. And if you have a problem with the smart board, if you are unable to write, then there is a problem with the USB cable. Okay? This is the panel which is underneath the smart board. The buttons on it is, the first one is the power button. When we start the smart board, first we need to start the CPU. The next thing is switch on the power button one time. The first one, this is the button. This is the button I'm talking about. This is the button. Just press this button one time. The second button is for volume control. We can have volume control on the smart board from three different sources. One is from the panel which is underneath the smart board. Another one is from the speaker which is connected parallel to the smart board. And the third one is from your system. The next button is the setup button. Setup button, because smart board is the integration of many components. We can set up with the red leaf, the paper display, what we use in traditional days. We can use those. I will show you once. I'm just pressing once the setup button. So you can see it's VGA2. The screen is showing VGA2. Another one is S video. Another one is the composite one. This composite one is nothing but the red leaf device what we have, through which we can have a paper display on it. Hello? Yes. The paper display on which we can write and we can place the paper underneath the light so that we can have a look. So if I press the button again, it will be VGA1. Next one is the alignment. The alignment button is, for example, when I start my smart board and I want to write, it's mismatching the point. Then I need to press it once. I'm pressing the button once over here. You get this type of screen. With the help of pen or with the help of finger, you can touch the center point of the given target so that it's going to have one alignment. For example, if I put a finger over here, then the cursor should be here. Okay. The next button is help. If sometime you need any type of help for the smart board, directly it's going to take you to the website and you can type your problem and it's going to give you the help, online help. The next three things are this is pen tray, these two are pen trays and this is duster tray. The thing which is in red is duster tray. When I lift the duster from the panel underneath, it's going to be activated. Then I can erase it. Whatever I am writing, I can erase it. But the objects will not be erased because it's a picture. Whatever I am going to write will be erased. The next, the four small buttons, which is in black, red, green, blue. On the both sides, we have two buttons. One is keyboard button. On the right hand side, we have mouse button. If I press the keyboard button, the keyboard will be popped up on your screen. Then we can write with our hands or we can use the pen. But most of the time we don't utilize this. Next one is black color. Whatever color you want to use to write. If you want to use red, you can write it using red color. If you want to use green, you can use green color. Then if you want to use blue, you can use blue color. And if you want a right click on the screen, then you are going to press the last button, which is a right click. If I press this button, and if I click on my screen anywhere, it will be right click. It's not going to be a left click. These are the buttons underneath the smart board on the panel. The next screen, why we use smart boards? We use smart boards to write, to save and to distribute our notes to the students. First thing is clear that we are going to write on the smart board using a pen or a finger or any soft thing which is going to create some pressure on the board. Next thing is we can save our work in PDF, in Excel, in Word, in whatever format you can save which is there on the computer. You can save it in whichever format you want. Another thing is distributed. Once you save it, you can email that particular file and to respective emails of the students, or you can copy in the flash and you can give to the students whatever functions you want to do it. Okay. The next is spotlight and screen shade. Spotlight is like I want to focus on some particular word on the screen. Then I am going to use spotlight or screen shade. Mostly screen shade we use for conducting a quiz or test or oral. How it is going to work? First, select the pen which is there on the top tray, and you can align this top panel by clicking the last up and down arrow. If you click this arrow, it is going to read underneath of your screen. If you click it back, it is going to be on the top. First, I am going to select a pen, which is a magic pen, which has 3 stars. I am going to say, make a round on the spot. So this is going to create a spot. I can make it bigger, I can make it smaller. I can move my circle. If I want to actually just close this. This is the spotlight. Next one is, if I want to conduct a quiz. How I am going to conduct a quiz? I will give a question. Which are the following languages which is more blah 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 structured programming language? The students are going to give me the answer. if I want to conduct an oral test in the class, then the students want to know what is the result, what is the answer. Then I'm just going to erase beside the answer. The answer is D. I have not written, I have just erased it. How I did it is, when I prepare a sheet, I just take a pen, take the same color of the background and color it. So it's not going to be visible. But when I'm going to erase it, it's going to be erased because it is the thing which I have written. This is one way. One way of conducting quiz. Another way is, this is the thing what I told you in the slide. The screen shade. The screen shade, this is my screen shade. What I am going to do, I am just going to drag the screen a little so that the content which is there in the back can be visible. I say, what is the answer? Brain of the computer system is. The students are going to reply. Then, if I want to, the students ask me, what is the answer of it? Just I am going to drag a little more. The answer is C. The answer is C. This way we can conduct a quiz or a test or an oral in the classrooms. These are the action buttons on the smart board, what we can perform on the notebook. This is the notebook. These are the buttons what we are going to perform. If I want a blank page, in the panel there is a green button which is add page. If I click, I'm going to add a new page. If I say this delete, it's going to delete that particular page. If I want to write something on the board, I will write something on the board. And if I want to erase it, I don't want to use the duster, I don't want to use my hand. Then there is a shortcut for deleting all the contents. It's here. Just click here, everything will be vanished. What you write, the objects are not going to be vanished. The next button is clear. Clear page is also similar like clearing the screen. If I just write something, it will be activated. Clear is going to clear everything which is in the back of objects. Objects will be clear. So clone a page. If I want to make a duplicate of the particular page, I can use clone a page. See, the clone a page is not in the panel. Then I am going for settings. In the last top, on the top of the screen, on the right side, click settings. You see all this particular functionality in the panel. Then you need to drag. For example, I want to drag some functionality over here. Clone a page. Click here, see, clone a page. Where is a clone a page? Okay, I take something, I drag it and leave it here. It's going to be over here. Okay, oh sorry, clone a page is here. So I will drag it over here. Clone a page is over here. Once I finish, click, done. It is done. Now I want to clone this page. Click this, it's going to be a clone of 2 pages. You see the slide 8, the slide 9, I'll clone it. It's a copy of it. Next thing is, I want to delete. I can delete a page, a content, or the whole thing. Next thing is, delete a page. You want to delete a page. I want a dual screen on the page. Most of the time we use this. Click on dual screen. You have 2 screens. For example, I want to write over here. I give a question on the left hand side and I will write the solution of that page on the right hand side. So the students can see, okay, this is the question, this is the solution. So I can write on two pages also simultaneously. Multiple writing is possible. I am writing on two pages simultaneously with my two fingers or pen or anything. Even I can clear this. Next thing is, I can have a view of full screen. I don't want to see all this panel. I have a presentation. Now I want to show the presentation and discuss with the students. I can just click the full screen. It will be full screen. And on the top right hand side, I have the navigator, the navigation buttons. I can go back, I can go forward. And whenever I want to exit, say exit, it's going to exit from there. For mathematics, we have a compass. Okay. Over here, the button is there. Measuring tools. If you click, you are going to see all different types of devices or instruments what we use in mathematics. I can have a scale. I can resize the scale to whatever extent we need it on the screen. These are the four different instruments we use in our mathematics. There is another thing called instant conferencing. This functionality is also there in SmartBoard, but unfortunately we don't have a key for this particular functionality. We had given an application to Alpha stating that we need the key for this, but still we don't have any response from them. Another thing is Internet Explorer. Once you click this button, if it is not there, just go here, search for the button, drag it and drop it. Drag it and drop it over here. Once it is dropped, say done. If I click this, it's going to open an internet browser page. Next thing is the next button. I can create a next button on the screen. I can open a folder. I can paste something. I can pinpoint a page. This pinpoint a page is very important when we want to discuss a solution, a problem in the class. For example, I have a dual screen. I write a question on the left hand side. On the right hand side, I will just pinpoint this page by clicking a pinpoint over here. Now, this is not going to move. The next slides are going to move. If I am moving the next slide, this side is going to move. But this page will be there until I unpinpoint. I say remove pinpoint. It's going to remove the pinpoint. Next one is previous button. I want to print. I can print if the printer is connected to the CPU, not to the SmartBoard. The SmartBoard needs a processor to work. Next is property. I can set the property. For example, I want to write a text. I can write a text over here. I can say set the property, go to properties. I can set the property. I can change whatever I can do in Word. I can make it bold. I can make it italics. Okay. Next thing is redo. There is a button redo and undo. Undo, redo. There is a reset page button which is going to reset the completely your page. I can save the document. I can have a snapshot of your screen. I can say snapshot, I can take a picture. It's going to take, okay, you want a regular shape or you want a complete screen or you want a particular screen. I say, I want a particular screen. I select the particular screen and I say, wait, it's going to take a particular screen. You see, this is the particular screen. This is the particular screen I selected. The next thing is slider. If I want to implement slider on this page, screen slide, there is a button on the top in the panel, show and hide the screen shade. If I put it, the screen shade is on. If I click it once more, it's off. I can have a link. If I say I want to have a link, I write add the link button. I want to link something. So first I need to write something here. I say Google. And I want to link this particular thing. So select this. I can link from here. Link. I say www.google.com. So it's a hyperlink. So next time whenever I click over here, it will be a hyperlink. Okay? Next thing is show and hide the alignment. I can set my alignment from right hand side or left hand side because in most of the time in English, Arabic, we write it from right and in English we write it from the left side. So we can have an alignment. We can have a smart document camera, which is this. If the document camera is connected, it will be connected to, then it is going to display on the screen. Next thing is smart exchange, used in technical work. So mostly it is going to provide you the information about troubleshooting. This is a keyboard. You can have a keyboard, it's a virtual keyboard. Click it here, you have a keyboard and you can select it as you require. If you want some shortcut keys or if you want to write, have a note, number pad, whatever functionality you want to use, you can use it. And this is smart recorder. If I want to record my session, which I am doing currently, I'm recording my session. It's already 22 minutes, recording is done. So I'm recording my session. So whenever I want to use it in the future, or if I want to give my session work to the student, only the screens will be recorded. So this is smart video. I can play a video which is there in the system or in the flash or anywhere. I just need to open the video. I have only just one video on my screen and this will be played on the screen. Next thing is if I want to create a table. I can create a table. And the most important thing is the same way I am going to create in Word or any other document. Important thing is I can write it over here. I can write it something. Or if I am writing it little more, it's going to be automatically adjusting the things, whatever is there. Even moreover, the most important thing over here is I can drop something from internet in the table itself, on the screen itself. For example, I'm just going to google.com and from the Google, I'm searching some images. Say, test. I get some images. I take some image and drop it on my board. It will be here. Now, if I increase the width of the table, automatically it's going to align it according to the width of the table. The image is going to be image is going to be aligned according to the width of the table. Even I can write some text, I can draw some text from here. For example, I can say I got some good notes or good points from internet. Now I just select those points and I say, I want this point over here. This particular material will be on my table. And I can do this operation on my notebook also. It's not just limited to the table. Next action is the transparency. I can have a transparent, you can see, this is the transparency, okay, no fill grid, okay. I can have a transparency of the screen, which is there in the back. Next thing is undo, view screens. I can have a view screen up to 300 pixels. This is the biggest one, what I had found it over here. I can have a 50% screen. I can have whatever it's feasible for you to show in the classrooms. This is volume control. I can control the volume from here. Have it over here and say volume control. I can control the volume system of your system. The complete, I can say, okay, if I'm using smartboard, I need full volume. If I'm using system sound, I don't want any video, like any sound. I can adjust it over from here. Next is the tools. The tools are what it's going to, what type of pens you want to use it. This panel complete is finished. Now what are the different pens we have? We have, if you click on the pen, you have this particular box pop-up. Now we say we have a normal pen, we have a calligraphic pen, we have a Caron, we have a highlighter, we have a creative pen, we have a magic pen, we have a shape recognition pen. If I select this, if I want to draw a circle, I can draw it like this and it will be a circle. If I draw a square, sorry, it's going to be a square. The next thing is hello? Hello? The next pen is what I'm taking is a magic pen. A magic pen works in the same fashion. I'm just selecting a pen. I'm making a square. This square will emphasize the particular screen. Okay. I want to show the students, okay, see this I want to enlarge and show it. So if I make a square, it's going to enlarge the screen. If I want to make, for example, the tools, I want to make this tools enlarged. It's going to be enlarged. It's going to be visible unless I close it. Now, if I want to have a spotlight, I'm just going to make it circle. This is the spotlight. And another thing is, with this, if I'm writing something, if I'm writing on the board, it is going to be disappeared after some time. If I write something with the magic pen, it's going to automatically disappear after some time. It's going to vanish. It's vanishing now. This is the speciality of your magic pen. Now I have a creative pen which is going to be wherever you want to use it. You can use a creative pen. I have different styles. I can have a smiling face. I can have stars. I can have different types of stars. Whatever I want to use it. Next thing is highlighter. What we use it normally. for highlighting on a paper. Now we have a virtual highlighter which we can use it of different colors, different width. I can change the width of it. I can say it's a small size, I can have a big size highlighter, whatever you want it. Next is crayon. Crayon is another type of pen. Everybody knows that. This is calligraphic pen. This is the style in which I'm going to write, a calligraphic style. Okay. This is my normal pen. And if you are writing with the pen, you need to select the operation with the pen. If you are writing with the finger, you need to select the operation with the finger. And you have different colors. You have all these different colors. You can take any color, any width, and you can write it on the board. And once another important thing is you select a duster from the screen, or you just lift a duster, because I'm showing it from this because you cannot see the physical dust over here. So I'm just making this a circle and click it over here, everything vanishes. I'm just showing you again. I'm writing something somewhere. I just want to erase this part only. So I'm just clicking the duster, making a round of this, which I want to erase it. Click it once, it's going to erase it. The remaining part will be there. If I want to clear everything else. And the different type, like different size of duster is there. If I click, it is a bigger size, a smaller size of duster. If I want a shape, I can have different shapes on my screen. Different shape, if I have a right mark, I can have a right mark, I can have a wrong. If I want to say something, okay, I can say something. Whatever your requirement is at that time. These are the regular operations what you can perform on the smart board. And this is a summary of all the things what we had seen just now. There are 40 different actions you can perform on the smart board. The most and another important issue over here is moving the data from the web to the PPT and vice versa. Or you can paste anything from the internet. For example, just now I showed you an image. I found a very good image on the internet. I want to just drag it, copy paste it, whatever performance, whatever operations you want to do, you can do it over here. It's taking a little time because the internet is very slow today. Just 1 second, board is not responding because there is a connectivity, like the slow connectivity between the smart board and the CPU. Are you guys there? Hello? Hello? Are you there? There is no sound from the other side. I thought like I'm just saying and nobody's there. So I can import the data and I can export the data. I can drag from internet, I can drop any icon. For example, I want to use this. I can drag and drop it over here. I can resize it. And another thing is I can have a functionality on this. Some functionality like it should spin or any functionality. Whenever I start, I want to have just go to properties, say animation, type of animation is do this, normally or fast or slow, whatever operations you want to do it, and save. And I just go up, come down, this animation will work, should work. On a click, it's working. Another thing is I want to export the data, I want to import the data from Word or Excel or PowerPoint or any specific data in a PDF. I can do this. I want to export some data. For example, file, import and export buttons are over here. I want to import the data first. Say yes. Okay. I say I want to import a data which is there on my desktop of Java 2. Okay. I'm already okay. I want to say Wireshark, no folders. So I create a PPT just to have it on our smart board. I say add a page. Now I want to import this particular page. Yes. This is the PPT. And this is imported. This is a new file. You see, this is a new file. I can import a PPT, I can import a Word, I can import an Excel, I can import a PDF. Even the same way I can export it. Export to a web page, I can create a web page, I can create an image file, I can create a PDF, I can export this to a PowerPoint presentation. For example, mostly we do as a PDF and save it on, I can have a different styles of pages. I can say save on desktop with the name test. A file on the desktop. This is the PDF file. Test. Test. This is a PDF file because this is a smart board. Its icon has been changed, but when you open it on a normal system, it will be open with the PDF itself. So we can export and we can import. We can create a hyperlink. We can use a smart video. Yes, do you have any questions? Do you guys have any questions? What I will